Welcome to the graduation ceremonies for the class of 2015 for Atlanta Public Schools. We are so proud of our students who've worked so hard to be here today. We want to thank their families, our school staff, our administration, the school board, and so many others like their teachers and all the support personnel that helped them get here today. We congratulate you. We wish you the very best. We love you and we will miss you. Congratulations and good luck.
All right, congratulations to the class of 2015. You guys are our trailblazers, you're our first, and we couldn't be prouder of you. You have very exciting futures ahead of you, and I know you'll make us proud. Congratulations.
There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you
please stand for the presentation of colors and the national anthem.
Good morning. To the Atlanta Public School Board of Education, the Atlanta Public Schools Senior Executive Leadership, the supportive KIPP Metro Atlanta region, the patient and fearless staff, the devoted and amazing parents, the dedicated team and family of KIPP, and the KIPP Atlanta Collegiate inaugural class of 2015, welcome. We are overjoyed to celebrate this momentous occasion for KAC. Since our doors opened in 2011, we had a vision of the future for its students and staff, a vision for the potential heights that we would be able to climb, and we have now reached a peak of triumph. We've excelled beyond our vision, and now it is time for you, class of 2015, to lay a path for your future. As so eloquently declared by Ralph Waldo Emerson, do not follow where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. This quote was fittingly selected by the class of 2015 because as the founding class, this group of scholars have laid the path for our future graduating classes. There was no path, but indeed they left an eternal trail, a trail of traditions and a trail of achievement. KIPPATLANTA Collegiate High School has indeed laid a clear path for our future because of the vision and values that have guided our direction. Through honor, humanity, innovation, tenacity, and unity, we have proven to the community, Metro Atlanta, Georgia, the country, and the world that the vision for our future is success. We are here to honor the class of 2015 for what they have done and what they will continue to do as high school graduates bound for a lifetime of accomplishment. We are excited that you are able to join us for this historic celebration. We have a few requests regarding the ceremony. First, we ask that you refrain from any flash photography or recording during the ceremony. We are professional photographers who will take pictures of all students as they receive their diplomas, which will be available to you at a later date. We additionally ask that you remain in your seats for the entire ceremony. I know, right? We understand each family is proud of their graduates, but we do ask that you refrain from using noisemakers or making noises that interrupt the program as students walk across the stage. Finally, we request that you please silence your cell phones. We thank you for helping us ensure that this graduation ceremony is special for each one of our graduating students. Again, welcome and enjoy the celebration. Please join me in welcoming Monica Sierra Wright, Student Government Association President, who will be attending University of Oklahoma in the fall.
Good morning. As a founding class, our high school journey was not typical. We did not have upperclassmen to seek advice or to mimic. We were the first, and the pressure was real. Although challenging, the class of 2015 definitely took the road less traveled. Or better stated, the road not traveled, and we made it our destination. We are here, and we are ready to conquer the world. As we embark on our new chapter in life and strive to have successful careers, we will look back at this experience and realize that every growing pain that we experienced was worth it. KIPPATLANTA Collegiate's class of 2015 had a choice, and it made all the difference. The class of 2015's success can't solely be attributed to our actions. We have had amazing support from our parents, families, friends, teachers, the Kipp region, and the Atlanta Public Schools District. Under the leadership of Dr. Maria J. Carr-Starfin, Superintendent for Atlanta Public Schools, KIPPATLANTA Collegiate will continue to soar to higher heights. And now it is our pleasure to welcome our new superintendent, Dr. Maria J. Carr-Starfin, who has told us numerous times how excited she is to be with the class of 2015. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Monica. You're such an outstanding student. Isn't she amazing? Give her a big round of applause. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and congratulations to the KIPPATLANTA Collegiate Class of 2015. These Kipp Warriors have made it to graduation with flying purple, green, and gray colors. They deserve a rousing go Warriors! One more time, go Warriors! Indeed they are. They are warriors for change, they are warriors for excellence, and they actually live their motto every day. Work hard and be nice. I love it. I love this class. I love what they stand for. And I know that you all work very hard to be here today. We are thrilled to celebrate with you. There are many, many people who have come from near and far to sit here with you in this special moment in your life. And this is such an extraordinary class. Their accomplishments spread from arts to academics to athletics to community service, and I can't help but want to brag on you a little bit. I know that you're all grown and you're graduating and you're going off to college, blah, blah, blah. But for us, you're still our babies. And I know that you know Mr. Jernigan, who's going to speak to you later today, but I've heard so much about you since you're little wee youngins going into KIPP, and I just can't wait for everybody to know how much we love you and respect you and look forward to you doing great things in your life. So let me tell you about this amazing class. To date, more than 90% of this class has actually been accepted into colleges and universities across the nation. More than half of them are going to be first in their families to go to college. Please stand if you're a first in your family. It's outstanding. These graduates are also extraordinary when it comes to academics. They have scholarships galore in the millions and millions of dollars. I know you're going to hear more about that, but 40 students are actually eligible for HOPE, and more than 10 of them are our Zell Miller recipients. Would our Zell Miller recipients and HOPE scholars please stand? You also have a Posse Scholar and a Gates Millennium Scholar in your midst, Elizabeth Shelby and Angelo Matos. Would you please stand? And like I said, they have all the brains in the world, but they also have the bronze. We have some great athletes in this class, all state and all region honors. Would you please recognize those students who have athletic careers ahead? Please stand. They're going to Georgia State, Grambling State, University of Georgia, Georgia Tech, and Penn. Now, we told you about their motto of work hard and be nice, and working hard is just an understatement. These students, the senior class, over 100 students here today, have earned more than 20,000 hours of community service. This means that because of you, the world will be a better place. And then in that work hard piece, and I know that you've worked really hard, and I know you might think that after working so hard and graduating from a school like KIPP, you might be able to kick back a little bit in the summer and relax a little. Not these students. They already have plans to do so much more that's going to make our communities better, and they're going to shine, shine, shine. So could you give yourselves a little bit of shine for all you've done? Give it, come on, shine. They are awesome. Now, I just want to remind you, I know that you've had great scores on your ACTs and your SATs, but I'm not sure if these tests actually asked you what the definition of graduation really is. And the definition of graduation is really an arrangement of levels. That's what it means. So it's just, this day is just a step in one series of steps that are going to come to a culminating end of a great life that you're going to lead. And commencement actually means the beginning, which also means that you are just starting the next big phase in your life. So nothing's an end. It's a step. It's a movement in the next big direction. So what I need you to do is to think about all those people who got behind you, your teachers, the administration at KIPP, your family, your friends, your neighbors, anyone who supported you. Start thinking about. Now I want you to close your beautiful little eyes on that beautiful little face. Close your eyes and take a mental Instagram of this moment and of those people. Now open your eyes. And I want you to keep that snapshot in your mind, because even though you've done extraordinary things, and we know you're going to do well, we have no worries about that, But there will be things in your life, big obstacles that may come your way, tough things that may happen. You know what it took for you to be the first in your families to graduate, so that means you're going to be the first in a lot of things. And as those challenges emerge, remember that snapshot and go back and lean on those people. Do not just text them. Do not just tweet stuff about yourself. Make sure you pick up the phone and talk to them or go visit them. They are the foundation of who you are, and never forget it. I want you to turn to this beautiful crowd and blow sweet kisses of appreciation to all those people who helped you get here today. And last but not least, I just want to say that on behalf of the Atlanta Public School System, this school board, and everyone who is here, we wish you the very best and good luck. But we will also miss you and know that we'll love you to the very end. Take care.
There's a hero if you look inside your heart. You don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then the hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, 'cause you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you felt would disappear. And then the hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, 'cause you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. Oh, oh, oh.
Ladies, gentlemen, parents, friends, my beloved family and faculty, good morning. I'm honored to speak as the salutatorian of KIPPATLANTA Collegiate's class of 2015. As the founding class, we had to constantly discover new horizons and possibilities through a perpetual cycle of monotony. To clarify, a horizon is defined as 1, the line at which the Earth's surface and sky appear to meet, and 2, the limit of a person's mental perception, experience, or interest. We have learned that the second definition, a limit of mental perception, can be dismantled as we embrace our creative natures and strive for greatness. And as a unit, we will fabricate creations monumental enough to make the first definition seem archaic. I know these statements are so massive they seem absurd and unreachable. But the good news is that we have already started. We've persevered through the last 4 years and learned the value of sweat and applied effort. We've learned to be humble, especially when harvesting the fruits of our labor, and that failure never means failure. Failure just means that our value of tenacity has to kick in. The bad news isn't really bad news to us because we understand the value of education. The bad news is that we're just beginning. In the next 4 years, we will discover our passion so we can fabricate those monumental creations. We will independently mold ourselves into the role models of generations to come. Guys, we are mavericks because we make our own paths. We are fighters because we persevere through our lowest lows and celebrate our highest highs. Class of 2015, I have no doubt that we will be the ones to ensure that our world's inevitable change becomes inevitable progress. Lastly, I would like to finish by giving a couple of thank yous. Primariamente, gracias a mi familia y a mi mamá, que siempre me ha enseñado a dar lo más de mí. Mami, gracias por siempre estar en mi esquina. Y tía Sandra, gracias por empujarme a acercarme a Jesucristo. Thank you, Mr. Howland, for taking on the challenge of opening a school full of naive yet energetic 14-year-olds who always, without a doubt, thought they knew more than you. Thank you, Mr. EDELIN, Mr. Blair, and Coach Caldwell for at the very least humbling me through your harsh honesty. Thank you, Ms. MAHONE-TODMAN, Mr. Richmond, and Ms. Segure for positively guiding me through the next 4 years of my life. Ms. Salam Talbert, thank you for everything. Mr. Casillas, those political discussions will forever warrant my gratitude. I've never learned more. Mrs. Klein, thank you for making this speech presentable and teaching me how to say salutatorian. And to all my friends, all of my friends, thank you for providing me with evergreen friendship. Ms. Roberts and Ms. Haynes, thank you for being my second mothers. Ms. Pierre, thank you for being a mother in that building. We are the founders. We were the first. That doesn't mean anything. What does mean something is that every individual in this class has grown exponentially. We will never get complacent and push for reform until our reality becomes a Picasso. A piece of art so simple in its complexity that no one can refrain from gaping at its brilliance. So class of 2015, thank you for picking up the paintbrush and beginning to paint such a beautiful portrait.
When I was younger, I believed myself to be selfless. I wanted to do something big for others so that they would be able to benefit from whatever success I would accumulate. However, throughout these 4 years, I have become another person. I have become selfish with my desires, working only for me. Granted, I still want to help others. However, my priority now lies within myself. When we entered high school, we were all expected to define ourselves. And if we didn't, then others gratefully did it for us. loner, nerd, jock, failure, that girl. Valedictorian. With so many options and so many paths to take at such a young age, I was hesitant to choose, and so others gladly stepped up and made the decision for me. However, before our identities were fully defined, we were endlessly, insistently being prodded and questioned. What do you want to be? That question has recently begun to make me uncomfortable. It connotes the notion that we shouldn't want to be what we currently are, because what we currently are isn't enough. We are just kids. And as a kid, I, like so many of you, have been told that my dreams and my passions are too unreasonable, that my skin is a shade too dark, my name too unique, and my history only important enough to be studied for 1 month out of the 12 that a year encompasses. But when I was a kid, that question didn't bother me. When I was a kid, I still wanted to be a hero. I still wanted to help others, kind of like how I thought police officers should. When I was a kid, I wanted to be friends with that other kid that so desperately wanted to be invisible. Because when I was a kid, I wasn't so concerned with labels. I wanted to be selfless. Now, I still want to be selfless, but I feel the need to be selfish because I need to succeed. You see, they've asked us, what do you want to be? But then ultimately gave us an ultimatum. We are allowed to be who we naturally are, sure. But if we choose that path, then we also choose the path of uncertainty. And quite honestly, who wants to take the road less traveled when you're in constant danger of being a failure? In order to succeed, we were told that we must become what we are not. We must accept the identities that others have given us and reject our own. Priest and writer Henry Nouwen once asserted that the greatest trap in life is not success, popularity, or power, but self-rejection. When we have come to believe in the voices that call us worthless and unlovable, that we deserve to be pushed aside and forgotten, the success, popularity, and power are easily perceived as attractive solutions. As your valedictorian, I am a prime example of the success one can achieve when molding themselves to fit the visions and desires of others. However, I am also a prime example as to why you should not. This fall, I will be entering college, and for the first time in my life, I am terrified because I was so concerned with fitting the definition I was given. I forgot to take the time to find out who I am and what I wanted to do. I fell into this trap that success provided, but that stops now. This upcoming fall, I will be entering college as an undecided freshman instead of the biochemistry major I had planned to be. And that's okay. I have come to the realization that in order to understand myself, I have to be comfortable with being unsure. I am sure that I want to aid others no matter what path I decide to take. And I am sure that I, like before, want to be selfless. However, I am unsure as to how I will accomplish this. Hence, for the upcoming class of 2015, I hope you take this speech as it was meant, a call to arms. Do not sit idly by while others define you. No one but you should have that right. Instead, when you find something that you are passionate about, something that makes you want to stay up long nights and endless days, grab hold of it and never let it go. I hope you remember the times that people told you that you weren't good enough, smart enough, man enough, white enough, and rich enough to achieve your passions, and I hope you make a fool of them because they were wrong. They have to be wrong Besides, we are the founding class of KIPP Atlanta Collegiate, and if we can't do it, who can? With that, there's only one more thing to say. Congratulations, class of 2015. We may not have made it, but we are well on our way.
Good morning. The salutatorian is the second highest academic honor. Those chosen has the second highest rating based on grade point average. In the graduating class, please join me in applauding Angelo Matos, who will be attending the University of Pennsylvania in the fall. Angelo, please come forward to receive your award. The valedictorian is the highest academic honor one can attain. The chosen student has the highest ranking based on grade point average in the graduating class. Please join me in applauding ESSOWE TELOU, who will be attending the University of Pennsylvania in the fall. ESSOWE, please come forward to receive your award. The STAR program is designed to recognize high school seniors who have had the highest SAT score in their graduating class and meet all of the other program requirements. KIPP Atlanta Collegiate had one scholar to meet those requirements. Odemere Inadege will be attending the University of Georgia in the fall. Odemere, please come forward to receive your award. POSSE identifies public high school students with extraordinary academic and leadership potential who may be overlooked by traditional college selection processes. The POSSE Scholar Award is a four-year, full tuition scholarship to specific partner schools. Elizabeth Shelby, KIPP Atlanta Collegiate POSSE Scholar, will attend the College of Worcester in the fall. Elizabeth, please stand to be recognized. To be eligible for the Gates Millennium Scholars Program, students must have a cumulative GPA of 3.3 on an unweighted 4.0 scale and have demonstrated leadership abilities through the participation in community service, extracurricular, or other activities. KIPP Atlanta Collegiate's 2015 Gates Millennium Scholar is Angelo Matos. Angelo, please stand to be recognized. Dell Scholars are students who demonstrate their desire and ability to overcome barriers and to achieve their goals. KAC's Dell Scholars are Monica Wright and Malika Walker. Please stand to be recognized. The class of 2015 has been awarded over $12 million in scholarships. All scholars that have been awarded scholarships from various schools and organizations, please stand. And congratulations on such an amazing accomplishment. The Atlanta Journal Cup is awarded to a senior who demonstrates leadership qualities, is active in the community, and has a winning attitude. Please congratulate Riley Marie Ross for being awarded the AJC Cup. Riley, please come forward to receive your award. In 1986, the Coca-Cola system announced the establishment of the Coca-Cola Scholars. Today, we will recognize scholars who have exemplified excellence in service, academics, fine arts, and athletics. Scholars, when your name is recited, please stand. Coca-Cola Citizen Award, Nicole Morris. Coca-Cola Accomplishment Award, Taylor Anderson. Coca-Cola Fine Arts Award, Zairia Gardner. Coca-Cola Golden Helmet Award, Brandon Varner. Coca-Cola Student Athlete Award, Odemere Inadege, Justin Hutchins, and Angelo Matos. Perfect attendance. This year, we recognize the senior who has had the best attendance record. The scholar comes to school daily with a positive attitude and a zest to learn. Brandon Varner, please stand to be recognized. Honor, humanity, innovation, tenacity, and unity are all core values that we strive to emulate at KIPP Atlanta Collegiate High School. We would like to take this time to recognize our scholars who have consistently epitomized the essence of these values from 2011 through 2015. Scholars, when your name is called, please stand to be recognized. Honor, Ebony Williams. Humanity, Alamar Day. Innovation, Christopher Pride. Tenacity, Deja Campbell. And unity, Gregory Haynes, Jr. Lastly, KIPP Atlanta Collegiate recognizes one scholar yearly to receive the Warrior Award. This student is selected by the principal. The 2015 Warrior Award goes to Angelo Matos. Please stand to be recognized. It is with great pleasure that I now welcome Mr. David Jernigan to address our class of 2015. As the founder of KIPP Metro Atlanta Schools, I am sure that this day is a momentous occasion for him because he was finally able to see the fruits of his labor. Currently, the Deputy Superintendent of Atlanta Public Schools, Mr. Jernigan, is continuing his legacy in education in Metro Atlanta. Welcome.
Good morning, Warriors. I have to tell you, I'm deeply humbled to be with you this morning. I was so excited about giving this speech, and then I heard ESSOWE and Angelo give their speeches, and I did not want to follow that. Incredible. This is a really special graduation for me. And in fact, I was at a very special graduation just 2 weeks ago at the University of Georgia as well, for one of our founding KIPP Ways Academy students, Charles King. I watched Charles march across the football field and turn his tassel, and I couldn't help but beam with pride as I thought about the impact he's about to have in his community. You see, later this summer, Charles is going to become the first KIPP Atlanta alumnus to become a teacher for KIPP Ways Academy. It's really cool. A very special young man, Charles has fully internalized the KIPP values we always preached. Yet I realized there's something else about Charles that has allowed him to maximize his potential as a student and as a human being. Indeed, the attributes that Charles has demonstrated along the way are in many ways the same characteristics that led to the very creation of this school. Charles's life story, like that of KIPP Atlanta Collegiate, is a story of bold risk in being willing to say yes to tremendous challenges. For the past 9 years, I've had the privilege of walking alongside of Mr. Howland on this journey as he first said yes to teaching at KIPP Ways and then yes to ultimately opening KIPP Atlanta Collegiate. I have witnessed the unbelievable personal sacrifices he and his family have made in order to take on this opportunity. And here we are celebrating the accomplishments of an amazing group of KIPPsters who are about to head off to college, all because this visionary leader was willing to say yes. Let's give it up for Mr. Howland. And in the same way that Mr. Howland said yes, you too took a risk and you said yes. You said yes to the uncertainty of a school without a track record, to a school with no students or staff, to a school that was but an idea. You said yes to a commitment to work harder than your peers, to longer school days, and to stricter rules. And not only did you all say yes to KAC, all of you have said yes to go one step further. You've said yes to the challenge of advancing your education and going on to college or joining the armed forces. And as you enter college or adulthood, you're going to have many opportunities to say yes, many, many more. You've probably heard that expression that life is all about being in the right place at the right time. While I believe that there is some truth to that notion, I've come to believe that in addition to needing destiny or divine intervention or luck or whatever you believe to place you in the right place at the right moment in time, you have a responsibility to embrace those moments. You have to muster up the courage in those moments to say yes. And the truth is that you will never know which of those little decisions, those small risks, those yes moments that might change your life course significantly. For me, it was a decision that I made at 19 years old, not much older than most of you. I was in the middle of my freshman year of college, and I was presented with an opportunity to sign up for a summer program to teach middle school students in Houston, Texas. Little did I know that my decision to say yes to an opportunity that no other business major would ever dream of doing during their summer would truly be transformational for me. And I definitely never could have predicted that that simple decision to travel to Houston that summer would lead me to change my career plans, move to Atlanta to become a teacher, and ultimately launch a network of KIPP schools here in Atlanta. I often wonder what would have become of my life if I hadn't made the bold decision at 19 years old to accept a summer job in Houston. I'm almost certain that I wouldn't be standing here today. And it's humbling to think about the possible magnitude of our daily decisions, both positive and negative. The reality is that you're never going to know in those moments the impact of destiny colliding with your willingness to say yes. And while it may sound trite, what I've come to learn through many yes moments is that the biggest mistake you could ever make in life is being too afraid to make a mistake at all. I've learned to trust the wisdom of my gut. And as I look back, I can honestly say that I've never regretted saying yes to an opportunity. So as you start the very exciting next chapter of your lives, I hope that your experiences here have taught you to say yes when opportunities arise. I hope they've given you the courage to stand alone in a crowd, to fight against injustice, to create your own path where none exist. I hope you have learned the power of yes, and that you have internalized the notion that in life, you only regret the chances you don't take. That's the extra something I believe Charles King took from his KIPP experience. And I'm confident it's the same something that will lead Charles to have a profound impact on kids across this city. Since the moment I met many of you as your principal 8 years ago, and the rest of you a few years later, I saw the incredible potential in you. As I shook many of your 5th grade hands each morning, I saw your talent, I saw your intellect, and I saw your drive. It's now time to unleash the power that is within you. It's time to take risk and to release your fears. It's time to say yes to the future full of promise. Class of 2015, I'm so proud of you. I'm rooting for you, and I can't wait to see the path that you forge as you embrace the power of yes within yourselves. Congratulations.
All right, last time. Go. Good morning, everyone. I want to begin this morning with a few words of gratitude to Ms. Kinnary Patel-Smythe, our Executive Director, and Mr. David Jernigan, our former Executive Director. I want to thank you for supporting KIPP Atlanta Collegiate as we have pushed towards this day over the past 4 years. To our KIPP Metro Atlanta Board Chair, Craig Jones, and all the other KIPP Metro Atlanta and KAC Advisory Board members here today, thank you for your advocacy and your wisdom. To the current members of the Atlanta Board of Education and Dr. Maria Karstarfin, I want to thank you for your support today. It is truly a new day in APS, and to have such amazing partners and leaders in this work is reassuring as we continue to build a legacy of KAC for many years to come. To the amazing educators, support staff, and who have given so much of yourselves in support of our graduates, I want to thank you for your commitment and your passion, which has fueled the success of our students. To the patient spouses, partners, and families of our KAC team and family members who have worked tirelessly to support our growth throughout the years, thank you for never losing faith. Finally, to the dedicated parents of our graduates who have supported their growth throughout the years and been tireless partners, thank you for helping build a strong foundation for KAC. Graduates, you can give it up for your parents now. "2015, congratulations. You have achieved an incredibly important milestone today. 4 years ago, when you entered our auditorium, I asked you to reflect on 3 numbers, 11.1, 2019, and 402,240. 11.1 was the percentage of the adults in our 30314 zip code who have a college degree. This fall, 92% of you will be attending college. 2019, the year that many of you will graduate from college, is no longer a far-off peak. You are climbing the mountain, and the summit is within reach. 402,240 represented the number of minutes you had from our first hour of summer school until this moment today. And warriors, the length of this speech notwithstanding, I'm happy to let you know that number has been reduced down to about 15 minutes. There have been countless moments over the past 4 years where I've been filled with pride by your grit, your commitment, and your budding wisdom. However, I have never been more proud of you than when I saw the quote you chose to represent your class. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and blaze a trail. That quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson so perfectly articulates both the challenge you chose to undertake 4 years ago, as well as the work that you have ahead of you. Due to your hard work, your leadership, your passion, and your desire, you have become the trailblazers that our country desperately needs. Whether looking at the ever-present racial inequity that has led to mistrust and violence in Ferguson, New York, and most recently Baltimore, or if we look at the ever-expanding income gap which is forcing our country into a new world of segregation, the challenges we face as a nation have never been more urgent, and we need leaders like yourselves to help blaze a new trail. To properly take on this role, though, you will need an effective compass. Since the beginning of time, the trailblazers have relied on immovable constants in nature to determine their path. Whether being guided by the celestial light of the stars or the magnetic pull radiating from the core of the earth, they use instruments to guide their paths and set their courses. Similarly, as students, you will need to rely on an internal compass to guide you through the future. For some of you, that magnetic pull that will keep you on the right path will come from the values that you've been instilled by your parents, your belief system, and your community. For others, you will look at the stars, whether the mentorship of an advisor, the inspiration of a teacher, or the motivation of a coach. But you have chosen to keep your eyes on the horizon and avoid the countless pitfalls that too many of your peers across the country have fallen victim to. At KAC, we have worked to develop your compass by instilling the values of our institution. We hope to teach you to honor yourself, your peers, and your incredible purpose for living on this earth. We encourage you to leverage the unity of your team and family. We desire to model for you the values of tenacity and innovation so that you can continue to persevere while following your passions. And finally, we have hoped to instill in you the value of humanity, the value of honoring your ancestors, your family, and your community so that others may learn from your successes and replicate them to improve their own lives. So as you leave the halls of KAC for the last time and blaze trails into the future, have faith that you can look both internally and externally for guidance because your well-developed compass has led you to the incredible accomplishment of today. Every effective trailblazer must also have passion. And I'm sure as many of you in the audience today can attest, 2015 does not lack passion. During our freshman year, I say our because it was freshman year for all of us, this passion was exhibited very clearly during our first official pep rally. For weeks leading up to the event, students have been running up to me and Mr. EDELIN saying, we need to have a pep rally to make KAC feel like a real high school. However, we had some concerns due to the size of our student body. But on a Friday afternoon in September, we gathered in the gym to cheer our football team into victory. Now, to set the scene for everybody, there was 130 students in our freshman class. 50 of them were on the football team. An additional 35 were in the band, 20 were in the cheerleading squad, so therefore we essentially had 25 students left in the stands to be peppy. One would think these lopsided odds may have discouraged other students. However, not the freshman class of 2015. They cheer with reckless abandon. While I don't seem to remember the score of that first football game, I can tell you that I knew from that moment on we would find success as a school. We would be successful because we had a founding class full of students who were passionate individuals and had the way to lead into the future. The final trait that every trailblazer must have is the bravery to be first. They must contain a fearlessness to step out into the unknown and not hesitate to make critical decisions when the moment is at hand. Each of you have exhibited this bravery regularly as we have built this school together over the past 4 years. You had to build an athletics program without any senior captains. You bravely followed your passions as artists, musicians, and scientists, even though the proof points of KAC did not even exist yet. Warriors, you are now those proof points. You are the example for others to follow. Whether the future warriors want to work in an engineering lab, attend a fine arts college for dance, commit to serving our military, or even abandon the South for a small liberal arts college in northern Michigan, you will be the paths they will follow. Yours are the stories we will tell. You will be the evidence that through hard work, dedication, and a commitment to excellence that you can accomplish your goals. This bravery is now a core component of who you are. Each of you will be pursuing different paths after today. But whether you're headed to New York, Oklahoma, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Athens, Georgia, or across the seas with our military, do so with the confidence that you possess the bravery to tackle challenges and overcome your fears. In conclusion,
I want to thank you for blazing a trail for countless classes of warriors who will follow in your footsteps. The trail you have laid is marked with dozens of examples where you've tackled overwhelming odds to get to this very special day. To the inaugural class of KAC, I hope you will take these next brave steps with pride. I hope that you will move on to the next phase of your lives with the confidence that you have left a legacy for others to follow, and a legacy that will mean more students pushing to prepare themselves to go to and through college. Thank you for your bravery. Thank you for your passion. And thank you for staying the course and blazing a trail for others to follow. Congratulations and good luck. ESSOWE TELOU, Angelo Matos, Taylor Anderson, Janine Andrews, Kenya Bailey, Alexis Bloodworth, Amira Brooks, Raina Brown, John Bailey, Zairia Gardner, Deja Campbell, Akeisha Spencer, Amber Evertez, Casey Chris, Monica Wright, Otamari Enadege, Savannah Campbell, Imana Canty, Jasmine Clark, Elizabeth Shelby, Theron Barlow, Kentrell Brooks, Nicole Morris, Jamaica Crosby, Janie Davis, Raven Dillard, Rachel Murray, Kibriana Ben, Brandon Varner, Justin Hutchins, Alexis Durr, Cameron Gaines, Giovanni Chavez, Levance Couillette Jr., Alamar Day, Joshua Graham, Joshua Hales, Joshua Ham, Julian Harden, Wisdom Green, and Daye Hampton. William Hardy, Jeremy Harris, Naya Henderson, Philandria Hill, Dejan Harold, Gregory Haynes Jr., DeMarco Jackson, Lydia Hill, Tynika Hudson, Rashida James, Shakira Jeffrey, Alexis Jeter, Alan Johnson,
Traquan Steele, Jeremy Jones. Bianca Johnson. Alexis Jones. Kendall Mack. Terrence Malone. Reginald Mapp Jr. Brianna Jones. Antoinette Jones. Antonia Lee. Kiera Lester. Courtney Miller. Sade Patterson. Leandrew Martin. Noah McGee. Isis Knowles. Akira Nuruddin. Micah Petaway. Christopher Pride. Remigio Crowell. Jasmine Odom. Cameron Parks. Gabriel Roberts. Vincent Robinson. Xavier Sharp. Brenton Sims. Amari Smith. Malik Williams. Riley Ross. Ayana Smith.
Good job, Q.
Quentin Spear. Kent Stanley. David Strong Jr. Daria Thomas. Malika Walker. Zaria Walker. Catherine Walker. Jordan Walston. Quintavious Strozier. Brandon Wright. Nathan Torrance. Aisha Weston. Amber Whitaker. Alex Turner. Sean Walker.
You got it, Derek. You got it, baby.
Derek Webb. Ebony Williams. Alicia Wilson. Akia Wilson. Mikesia Woods. Lindsay Woods Moore. Tyler West.
Congratulations to the class of 2015.
As chairman of the Atlanta Public Schools Board of Education, I actually want to invite our Deputy Superintendent, Mr. David Jernigan, to come certify that these graduates have met their requirements.
Your principal has verified that you have completed all the requirements set forth for graduation by the state of Georgia and the Atlanta Board of Education. By the power vested in me and the Atlanta Board of Education, I hereby certify you as graduates of the class of 2015.
Angelo Matos and ESSOWE TELOU, please turn and lead your teammates in the turning of the tassel. Ladies and gentlemen, the founding graduating class of KIPPATLANTA Collegiate 2015.